Yo, Salman, do you want to go jogging? It's time already.
No, Mehdi, I don't want to.
Why though?
I just don't feel like it.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, that was me a few years ago. Well, not a few years ago, 2 years ago. That was me. A time where I did not take sports as a priority. I would sit at home, play PlayStation, and focus on FIFA. FIFA was my life. And eventually, my grades dropped. That's why I needed a scholarship. But anyway, that's not what I'm here to talk about. I'm here to talk about what sports did to me. So you must not only have competitiveness, but the ability, regardless of the circumstance you're faced with, you must never quit. That is my message to you today. And with that, I'm done with those flashcards. So, ladies and gentlemen, the first thing I want to take away that sports did to me was it gave me discipline. You see, in 2020 Ramzan, when Corona was on top, me and my dad decided to take a risk. And that is go jogging at 4 p.m. every day. Well, of course, we sanitized when we got inside the house. Everything was good. But we decided to engage ourselves with a physical activity. And that is what gave me the discipline to go forward. Today, if I'm not tired at all, if I'm not exhausted, I will go out. My dad will go without me if I'm exhausted. But I will make sure that I go with my dad. And that is what he did. He inculcated a discipline inside me that I have to have a physical activity that I must do throughout my day. Another thing that sports did to me was it made me me. That sounds very cynical sometimes, but no, it's not cynical at all. It made me who I am today. You know me, Mehdi Karmali, a short guy with short hair now, but it made me who I am. Sports has been a factor. People see me with a buff body sometimes. Sometimes people see me as fat. It's okay, it's life. But what sports did to me was build me. It gave me strength. It showed me what I can be and who I am today. So if you think, by the way, by a show of hands, how many of you have never played a sport in your life? So I take many of you have. And those of you who haven't, I recommend you do that. Because sports is what made me me. So maybe sports can make you who you can be today. Whether it may be in the form of jogging or whether it may be football. The kick when you have to take the final penalty to make your team win in the Champions League final is just something else. Imagine you're Ronaldo about to take the final penalty, the fifth penalty, and you miss it. Everyone's on you, the worst player in the world. But that doesn't matter because Ronaldo is still going to be a professional footballer whether he scores a penalty or he misses. And that's you. If sports can make me me, then maybe sports can play a part in your life and make you you. Another thing sports did for me was increase the bond between me and my father. You see, I always used to complain to my mother that, my dad does not spend time with me. And we often see in our busy lives that we don't get time to spend with people, whether it's our parents, whether it's our friends. The role play I just did was me a few years ago where a friend came to me and told me, let's go jogging. And I told him no because I didn't want to. But then when I saw what sports did for me, that's when I decided to make it a discipline. And that, when I told my dad, Daddy, let's start jogging, he's like, Haya, from tomorrow we are going. Then and then we decided. And the whole of Ramadan, we did that only. And from that point forward, I saw myself getting closer to my dad. Maybe you, the students of the madrasa today, can get closer to your friends, can get closer to your parents, whether it may be walking, whether it may be jogging, whether it may be playing football together. Don't we have annual sports day every year? Okay, we didn't have it last year because of Corona, but don't we usually have it? That's the whole point. When you have it, you can do something. Researchers show and researchers tell us that when you are playing together in a team, you do not only build your team, you do not only build your leadership skills, but you also build the ability to cooperate and interact with new people. Whether it may be debate, whether it may be playing a sport, you will always be able to interact with people. And that is something in life. You may be as introverted as you are, but trust me, if you can kick a ball or go jogging, I'm telling you, you can interact with people. It doesn't matter. And another thing, and the last thing I want to say that sports did for me was get me closer to my religion. Closer to my religion? How? Let me tell you how. For those of you who don't know, the Prophet and the Imams used to encourage sports such as wrestling, horseback riding, and also archery. And it is within the hadith that to teach your children how to shoot an arrow or how to ride a horse. So when I saw the Prophet being one of the best wrestlers of his time within the hadith, that motivated me and told me, you know what, Mahdi? You may be a motivational speaker, but if you can't motivate yourself to have at least one physical activity in your day, then bro, you're going nowhere in life. But that's what I did. I took inspiration from the Prophet. And that's what I did. I became someone who inculcates a type of physical activity into his day. So if me having a football scholarship can inspire you, or if one jogging session with your dad can get you closer to him, then by all means, go ahead. Because if it can make you, then nothing should stop you. Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
What sport do you play?
I play about 4 sports. I play table tennis, I play football, I play volleyball sometimes, and I also play tennis.
Why did you start jogging? I mean, you did tell us a little bit of story, but why did you start jogging really?
So at a point in my life, I was the guy who was motivated. So when I was 9 years old, my dad used to go to the gym. When the gym had finally opened, my dad used to go to the gym every day. And seeing that, I got motivated to at one point. So I used to go, and I had a good body. And for a 9-year-old, I was quite fit, quote unquote, quite fit. So I would be able to run. I was quite fast. But then as I got my PlayStation in grade 7, I started slacking off. I started playing football a little bit less. And that's when I saw that my belly started coming out at one point. And then I was like, that's not me. I'm not the person who has a belly. I'm the person who wants to go out and show that he has the physicality of a fit person. So that's when I decided, when I saw that happening 2 years ago, that's when I decided that, you know what, I can't see this happening again to me. So I have to change myself. And my dad was pre-diabetic at that time. So I needed someone, I needed company. So I latched on to him. And alhamdulillah, this is where we are today.
One more. So, giving you context, since your topic was scholarship related to sports, how would you advise, or how would you think, in your opinion, if a youth is more interested in sport than academics? How would they go through? What should they deal with? Or what is more important to you? Is academics equally important? It's not important if you're just interested in one sport and you think you're really good. What would your view be on that?
So my view is the same view as my dad. My dad tells me to keep a balance. If you're not good at academics, it's okay to not be good at. On average, not everybody is good at every subject they learn in school. So if you're not good at all the subjects, that's not possible. Because there is something you're good at. If you're good at math, be good at math. And try finding maths in other subjects to get your grades up. But also with sports, you can attend, so usually what happens during Ramadan, Simba, if I'm not mistaken, I've heard this, I think it's a myth, but Simba send their scouts to come watch us play football during the Ramadan football tournament. And I think of that as a privilege. So if you're able to find the math within some of the science, within some of the accounts, within some of the business, and also enjoy your sports at the same time, then there's 100% chance that you will get a scholarship and maybe even get a professional contract to play for Simba. Yeah.
Good luck for that.